Second paragraph. The frank-hearted stranger had just drawn his chair to the fire when something like a heavy footsteps was heard without, rushing down the steep side of the mountain as with long and rapid strides, and taking such a leap in passing the cottage as to strike the opposite precipice. The family held their breath, but they knew the sound, and the guest held by his instinct. So, as they were conversing, as they were talking to each other, the frank hearted means the friendly, okay, the friendly hearted stranger, he had just shifted, okay, drawn means he had just shifted, he took his chair nearby the fire. So, that time they heard a very loud sound from outside, okay, and this sound has been compared to a heavy footsteps, okay, which was coming from nowhere. This was the sound of a heavy rock, okay. The rocks were falling down, remember, because their house is situated in such a place where the rocks keeps falling down, right? So this was the sound of a heavy rock that had fallen from the mountain and taking several distance, okay. It means here in the textbook it says with long and rapid strides, means the stones were taking several, covering several distance as it falls down from the mountain, okay, as it comes rumbling and dumbling down the mountain. And the rock collided with the precipice. Now in our early class I told you what's a precipice, right? And even the textbook you can see the meaning of precipice. A precipice, what is that? It was a piece of rock placed just opposite to the house, the piece of rock that was just opposite to the house, okay. So the rock from the mountain had come rolling down and had hit the rock, okay, the precipice. The rock came rolling down from the mountain and just went and hit the precipice, which was exactly opposite to the house. And fortunately their house was not harmed or affected, but this family's house was not affected nor it was harmed, okay. So when they heard the sound of the rock tumbling down, they were just praying, this family, okay, they were just praying in their hearts so that nothing would happen to them, okay, nothing, they were praying in the heart that nothing would happen to them. And but for this traveler, now he's a new person, he doesn't know, right? For this family, they know that the rock keeps falling down, so they, whenever it falls down, they pray in their hearts that nothing happens to them. But for this stranger, what happened? It was a new and strange sound, he have never heard this sound. So this family, what did they do? They held their breath, okay. The family, when they heard the sound, they held their breath, means they were praying, they were grateful that nothing happened to them. But this young man, he could make it out, okay. In the textbook it says, and the guest held his by instinct. So here it means, now what does it mean, instinct? What is the meaning of instinct? Instinct means our sixth sense, okay. So for the young man, he was able to make it out, okay. He was able to get the sound with his sixth sense, in his instinct, that this was something dangerous or a warning sign, okay. It was something dangerous or something, a warning sign that something dangerous is going to happen. The old mountain has thrown a stone at us for fear we should forget him, said the landlord, recovering himself. He sometimes nods his hat and threatens to come down, but we are old neighbors and agree together pretty well upon the whole. Besides, we have a sure place of refuge hard by if he should be coming in good earnest. So here, again, so when the rocks were falling down, everybody was quiet, okay, no one was talking, okay. So to break the silence, okay, to ease their mind, okay, the mind of the people in the house, to to bring at ease, okay, the strange, like to distract the stranger from the, he's frightened that something bad is going to happen by hearing the sound, right? So in order to ease the stranger, the owner of the house, okay, the landlord means the owner of the house, he says, oh, the old mountain, okay, when the rock fell, the owner of the house said that the mountain has thrown a stone at us, okay. Now here he is just trying to like calm the stranger. So he just says, "Oh, the old mountain, thrown a stone at us because he does not want us to forget him." Okay, this is now, said the landlord, recovering himself. "He sometimes nods his hat and threatens to come down, but we are old neighbors and agree together pretty well upon the whole." Now, here, the old mountain is personified. Okay, now, personification, we keep hearing about personification. So, what is a personification, class? Personification is a poetic device in which a non-living things is treated as a living things. Are you getting me? So personification is a poetic device in which a non-living things is treated as a living thing. So here, as we know, mountain is not a living thing, right? It's a non-living thing. But here, the owner of the house, he has tried to personify mountain as if it's a living being, and he says that this mountain moves his head sometimes and threatens, like it used to threat us. You know the meaning of threaten, right? So, and threatens us to come down. But we are old neighbors. We have been neighbors for a very long time. We have been living here for a very long time. And so this mountain and we are very good neighbors. And there's a great understanding between each other. Okay, like among the like there's great understanding between the mountain and us. We have a very good connection. And not only that, besides, we have a sure place of refuge hard by if we should be coming in good earnest. And beside that, we also have a shelter. We're also giving a place of shelter. Okay, our house is a place of shelter very near to the mountain, so that even if the mountain wants to come, if the old mountain wants to come and take, okay, with good intention, if the mountain sometimes, if the old mountain wants to comes, then we have a place of shelter. Even we can give him a place of shelter if he comes with good intention. I hope this part is clear. Okay, so we'll continue with the rest in the next class. Okay.